Hello and welcome to Eat Your Backyard, my YouTube channel, where I tell you all about the things that I'm growing. And today, this is the third episode of a series called What You Got Growing On. And in this series, I continue to plant different things in a small area that I made for this series. This video, by the way, is a viewer request. I appreciate that. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. And also, keep in mind that everything that I talk about is also down in the comments if you want to link to it. I get a lot of questions about that, so go and use the links, please. And here we are. So first of all, let's get an update. Okay, so this is the first wave of plants. I'm going to put in additional rows here. I can get, I think, 2 more rows of pots here with this many on those 2 more rows. So if I have, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12 pots here, then I can get 36 up here. And then maybe I'll build up or go under for the other remaining to get to the 50 pots. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but let's get an update. Okay, so the first video we planted Dracaena. We planted 5 kinds, and as you can see, it is still doing great. Now this is out in the open sun, and you'll see the effect it has on some of the other cuttings. It's quite different than this Dracaena. These Dracaena have nice rigid leaves, and they're very easy to grow from cuttings. Very easy, but you can see they're thriving as a cutting. This one was just maybe that much of a trunk on it, so to speak, and planted it. It is doing really well. That looks like something you could have bought at the store already, but it doesn't have roots, but it will quickly. Here's another one. This one had the two heads coming up. We planted that one. Oh, this one looks good. It was a smaller version, the tricolor, of the same kind of idea as that, just a smaller one. These will actually get quite big. I've got some in the corner of my yard that are a good 30 feet tall. This one not as big, but certainly beautiful. Okay, so by subscriber request, I was asked to plant mulberries. So here's how the mulberry cutting looks after a couple of days, and it's been in the sun and so on and so forth. Now what I would expect is this. Yeah, is for these mulberry leaves to fall off. Make good mulch. And you can see there's even a mulberry on that cutting. I just left it there. It's going to dry up and fall off. But what I'm really looking for is, I don't care about the leaves. They're all sacrificial. I know they'll dry up and fall off, but what you want to be looking for are these little green tips. And by the way, if you want to get a mulberry tree, I got a link in the description to a good one. You can get 2 for just about nothing. I think really that's the way to go online for getting stuff like this. You can get your fruit jungle going easily that way and bring it to your front door type of deal. That's what I like. But look at the shoots on this thing. The ever-bearing mulberry tree. Green shoots. You see the shoots? And I also picked cuttings that were woody. That's important. So woody growth. And just 3 small cuttings, but you can see even this one has nice green shoots on it. So I feel very good about these cuttings. This is high quality potting soil. I use just the very easily accessible, got links to this as well, just the Miracle-Gro potting soil. It's really good in my experience. You can order that as well from the link. And then here's another viewer request, and that was the Buddha belly bamboo, to get some cuttings of the Buddha belly bamboo. So I actually did something that I typically don't do. I typically take very large cuttings of bamboo, and this I decided, these are just 6-inch pots. By the way, link to the pots as well in the description. And stay to the end of the video. I've got a special pro tip for you. So anyway, the cuttings I took were very small, and again, same thing. You're just looking for healthy, you see like right there, healthy points where the buds are. And you can see this little tip here, that one will probably sprout quite well. It's got some green leafy areas, but not too much. And yeah, I think that's going to do well. Again, I just took the 3 small branch cuttings, and this is a type of vulgaris clumping non-invasive bamboo. Lots of Buddha belly bamboo videos on Eat Your Backyard. Go ahead, there's a playlist if you're interested. All kinds of bamboos, but I got really into bamboo at one point. Then this is one of about 3 varieties that I have left. This one, which is the Waman, the Buddha Belly vulgaris bamboo. The other one I have is the multiplex and the gracilis. So those are my bamboos. All right, so let's get right on to the video. Well, today I'm going to add 2 more. I didn't get a viewer request on this video yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do something I've intended to do for quite some time. Oh, look. Starfruit glistening in the sun, lemons shining in the afternoon. Yep, so yeah, actually the yard's looking pretty good. I love days like this where it's very blue skies. And this mango tree is just simply massive at this point, but okay. Let's get to it. When I see things growing in little areas of my yard, and I know what they are, sometimes I feel like nobody else does now, and this is one of those examples. I used to have, way back when, a Montingia tree, a strawberry tree. Links in the description. They are great. They use them for, well, the fruit tastes like cotton candy. You can see it's right by my air conditioner, and there's where the the outflow goes, and we have to go bleach through there, so it's got bleach growing, being put in right there. It still survived. You can tell this strawberry tree very easily because of its somewhat sticky leaves. It must have been from when I had that tree years ago, and a seed just stayed dormant there and eventually sprouted, or a bird just got it there somehow, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go ahead and try to gently pick that out and put it into this pot. First off, just go ahead and make a hole in this pot soil so I'll have something to stick it down in. And now I'll get to this one. Oh yeah, it's got roots. There's a weed there. Oh, almost looks like 2. There's 2 growing? I don't know. Alright, I'm going to try to get just under it, scoop under it with my fingers. I want to be very gentle in how I get this thing out of here. Try to get as many rocks out as possible. Here we go. Hit another rock. Slow down. We're trying to be very gentle and free the roots, retain them wherever possible. Okay, pile that in, and there we have it. Look at that. That's a pretty sweet little strawberry tree. Just was growing haphazardly there. Now go ahead and pot it in here. Oh, I'm going to put this rock back there. Okay, nice little rooted area. And it's actually got a small one here that I'm going to just plant off to the side. I'm going to actually try to give it 2 chances to win. That's what I call this, 2 chances to win, which is where you try to get more than one growing. I mean, geez, you can always get rid of it if you don't want it, but why not have 2? Maybe you can divide it later, who knows. Okay. There we go. I just kind of planted one to one side, one to the other somewhat. Now keep in mind, at the end of all these videos that I'm going to put into this series, and I don't know how many there'll be in this series, it might be forever, I'll just keep my 50 going. So that is the first ad for today. I think we'll put this up here on the old table. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Now the second thing I'm going to plant today is also an edible. And it's one that just commonly grows around as a weed, so I can almost always find it. I saw one growing in a pot over here that I'm going to go grab, actually in a pot that I'm growing some Waman bamboo in, a large cutting. I'm just looking around on the ground here to see if I see it growing, but it's called deer's paw, and it's a very common weed in Florida. I'm sure I could find it here if I looked around, but I know where one is, and that's the one I'm going to plant. It's a very sweet, succulent type of edible. Here it is. Oh no, it wasn't in the Waman bamboo. It was in the prickly pear cactus. The thornless prickly pear. Look, I can rub my hand on it. I don't get thorns. There's a link to that in the description too. So this is deer's paw. It's a very sweet, delicious plant, really, and very easy to grow. So I'm going to just yank it unceremoniously, and that's the thing about these are not delicate plants. And I'm going to simply make a hole and put it in. I'm going to bury it intentionally below the level where it was before. It will like that just fine. And I'm going to kind of wrap this. That'll be good. That will be good. Okay. There you go. Deer's paw. Let's see what that can produce now that it's got fertilizer and great soil and everything else. But that's a great kind of salad plant to have. So, alright, that one's going on there. Looks good. Okay. Collection grows. We're now up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different plants here. With now two recent additions, the deer's paw and the Montingia strawberry tree. Again, go check the links out in the description if you want to grab some plants like this. Okay, so here's your pro hack. You waited to the end of the video. You are a true believer, and I appreciate you. Look at this thing here. You know what this is? This is a sugar cane. A sugar cane. And a sugar cane is so easy to grow, and I want to demonstrate something to you very quickly. See all these? These are leaves, and you'll see that the nodes are closer together towards the base and then space out as it goes farther. This part where it starts to get farther is typically what you use for chewing cane. This part is great for rootstock. You can actually produce a sugarcane plant at each one of these by simply cutting in between the node, and then as long as it has a live bud on it, you have to check that, but if it does, then you're good. And then you plant it. Like, look at this one. It has a great, you can feel that it's got that hard bud on it. It's not dead, hollow type thing. So then you cut it here, plant this in about that much soil, and it'll grow every time. I'll probably do that in an upcoming video. So if you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe to Eat Your Backyard. And you can see me grow, in this case, the What You Got Growing On series, where I grow all kinds of things in pots. Sugarcane will be on that list eventually. Tell me what you'd like to see me grow. I've got about 41 more pots to go. Go ahead and click that subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Click the notification bell. Thanks for watching. Eat Your Backyard.